it's been a hot minute. Like
Super hot minute.
like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Life has been lifing.
Yes.
100%, especially with this one in school and having to do like all of the end of the year testing and stuff. I'm not about to push
Yeah.
doing this versus that. Like
I
your
think
grades are way more important.
so. I'm in my PhD program right now, and it's a little bit different. Like you still essentially have finals, but you have like a case, not a case, a course wrap up kind of thing.
Which is
And
basically like a final exam.
oh yeah, and I'd
Like you have
rather
to do all that shit.
girl, and I'd rather do a final on some of those. Like some of these are like reports or like one of our classes is like, gathering the data from our research and shit. So it's like, can I just take a test, multiple choice?
Like,
yeah.
what happened to the tax testing
Yeah,
or the
like,
TOS
yeah,
testing?
like
You're
some
like,
just
what the
like
fuck happened?
A, B, C, D shit, but it's like no, like you got to really think about
You
it.
have to explain everything.
Yes, and
Ugh.
honestly, like coming from like getting my master's, I think I like underestimated how much work it would be. I'm like, oh yeah, like I did that and it was fine. I can do this. And then like this last week and a half hit and I was like, I'm mentally, physically drowning. Like I think I was on the computer from when I get to the office, which is usually 8 a.m. sharp. Then I'd come home, make dinner, and then I'd be back on the computer from like 7 to midnight, 7 to 1. There was one night that I like went to bed at like 4. Got up at 6 to get Cam on the bus and then went to work and I was like dying.
Is that the day you called me and you're like, dude, I've tried 2 different Red Bulls?
That was the day I had the migraine. Like
Oh yeah,
'cause
you were like, I
hadn't
tried 2 different Red
slept.
Bulls and I still have this migraine. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, I think too, like part of it was like I was like not like eating the way I should have been. Like I ended
You didn't take care of yourself is what it was.
yeah. I
This is a
didn't.
part of what we're gonna end up talking about is like being a mom during the holidays, especially a single parent
Oh
mom
God.
during the holidays and trying to figure it all out while everything's getting wrapped up at the end of the year. That's the same time as Christmas. Income taxes or not income taxes, house taxes are due.
Right.
HOA dues, my real estate dues are due at on the 31st. I was like, there's so many expenses that come in
Right.
December that people kind of talk about it, but not that much.
I think there's like we've kind of talked about it previously in one of our episodes where we just talked about budgeting and finances as a single mom in general and reaching out for help and the shame that moms should not feel or single moms or parents should not feel. But essentially they do. They're like, okay, I'm in this situation. I'm a single mom. I still have to account for all my other expenses plus whatever else comes up, right? And then Christmas.
I was about to say that's where like the holidays hit the worst is because it's Christmas and then a lot of people have kids' birthdays in January and like literally right after. And so it seems like a domino effect. So if you don't have not the right mindset, but if you don't have like okay, my end game is just letting my kids know that I'm here for them for Christmas. If you're like, oh, I have to do this and I have to do that, and you can't actually physically, mentally, everything do that, you're setting yourself up for failure.
Right. And you'll, in the end, like, cause more problems. That's what happened with me. Like, I have always had the problem of overworking myself. And then the holidays just kind of kicked that into, like, high gear where I'm like, okay,
That's why last week I was like, we're not filming. I was like, you have a lot, like, you need to finish your school, like, you have
couldn't
work
even
shit
think
going
straight.
crazy. I was like, you sound like you're just like doing a lot right now.
I was, like,
so
literally
let's
surviving.
skip. Yeah, I was like, so let's skip.
Yeah.
And
And that's, like,
you
I
need to
think,
sometimes for yourself.
and that's like to moms who are like not even like, I had school and stuff, but like work is a lot. Managing if you have to co-parent with your ex during the holidays, that is a lot. And you're still maintaining your home. You're accounting for buying holiday food, holiday meals if you don't go to someone's home that's hosting and you are making for you and your own little family. That is money that you have to budget in for. Gifts are things, kids want to do things. The school has events, so you got to buy them nice outfits. Like, it's all these moving factors. And then as moms, we're like, okay, like, I'll take it. And then you just kind of build it up to where, like, but it's the holidays and I want my kids to have good memories of it. But, like, then what are your memories of it?
just stressful, right?
Right, exactly. Like,
and
not even enjoyable.
I was about to say, and you shouldn't want any of that, like at all whatsoever.
No.
But it is part of what happens. It's gonna happen no matter what. You're gonna be stressed at some point, no matter what. But like all I kept thinking to myself this Christmas, this is the first Christmas I've ever had to think this way, is like I'm getting them the main thing that they would actually use and
Mm-hmm.
love. The 30 other things that they have randomly asked for throughout the year is non existent. Only because I am their full time parent 24/7,
Right.
7 days a week, 305 days out of the year. And most of the time when we go somewhere, I buy them something. So, like, if I saved all my money throughout the year, it'd probably be like at least $1,200 per kid.
Right.
$1,200, $1,500 per kid. If I had $3,000 to spend on y'all at Christmas time because I didn't spend anything throughout the year, sure, y'all would be getting some luxury vacations. But throughout the year, I'm not going to be like, oh no, we can't go to the movies, or like, we can't get that popcorn that you're, or the snack that you were wanting, even though it's brand new and all the kids have tried it. I'm like, I would rather do that than
Right.
at Christmas be able to deliver $3,000 worth of stuff. Like, I'm not going to do that.
And I think like to your point, like our kids, however you get Christmas done, whether like you're, saying I'll get the main thing that they really want and have asked for, or I'm gonna reach out and someone is gonna help me, like Brown Santa or like a program, or you work or you decide to take on an extra job, like whatever you do as a mom to make Christmas happen, like the kids always feel that magic of you just like being there, and like they know. They
As long
know.
as you look and seem happy, I promise your kids will look and seem happy.
Right.
Like,
They're gonna have more memories of
yeah,
how you
like,
woke them up and you were in a good mood during
you're
the
like,
holidays.
oh my God, look.
Yeah. Versus just like a new gaming system. Like Cam wanted a PS5 and I thought about buying it, but I was like, that's a ridiculous amount of money for a gaming console when you have one that works perfectly fine. You know what I mean? And like, they're always coming out with a new one every year. I just don't see the point of it. What are you gaining from it? You can game with your friends on your Xbox currently. You guys can play the games that you want to play. Like, it's not, I don't understand.
Yeah, that's where I would have trouble, like conforming to, oh, well, if this already works all the way through, why do you need this?
Right.
Yeah, this is completely, both of what my kids mainly asked for is completely separate from anything they've ever had before. So I'm like,
Right.
fuck it, let's try it.
Right.
You know?
I mean, and that's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, me, full transparency, right? I, got Cam like some new stuff, and I buy my shit early on, like ridiculously early, like September, October. I'm ordering stuff.
I was about to say, usually in July I start.
Yeah,
Like,
I
just
start
little by little,
little by
anything
little.
they ask for, I'm like, actually.
So yeah, when people like see a ton of shit, I'm like, I've been starting since months ago.
Oh, yeah.
Right, months ago. I'll do the afterpay on some things. You know what I mean? Like, especially with clothes, like Cam, I'll like order him a bulk, from like Shein or something,
Mhm.
and like some of it's like shit he needs now. Some of it's like, you know what? Like, I know he would really enjoy this for Christmas, and then within a month or two, because it's 4 payments, like it's paid off. So then November, I'm like, well, I have a little bit extra money. Like, let me get another gift. And I'll get some stuff brand new. Like, I will say the one thing I got him brand new were his, like, Beats headphones when they were on sale for Black Friday. Because he wanted them really bad. But also I told him, why do you want those? And he was like, I like over-the-head headphones for me to work out. And he's like, Cam is really into working out. Like, he likes to run. He plays basketball. He likes to go to the weight room with me. So I'm like, this is productive. Fair.
That's when I'm like, whenever they tell me different things, I'm like, all right, well, that's kind of fucking fair. Like, I'll buy that for sure, just because it makes sense.
Right, it
Like,
makes
just
sense.
like
I
his
was like,
headphones,
okay.
it makes sense. You know.
Yeah, I was like, fair enough. Now, mind you, my headphones I got are $15. They're Walmart brand.
I was about to say, girl,
And they work
mine
just as
are
fine.
$20 off of Amazon. They're like the knockoff AirPods. I
They're
have
the
knockoff
knockoff Beats.
AirPods. Yeah, I'm like, fuck it,
They're like
whatever.
the white knockoff. I'm like, who cares?
Yeah, and then my kids are like, "Is that knockoff?" I'm like, "Fuck."
Maybe your own kids are like,
I know.
shut up.
Shut
Do
the
you
fuck
want
up.
name brand stuff? Okay, then I have to wear knockoff stuff. Like, that's
Yeah.
just what it is.
It's like, I look homeless, so you look amazing.
Right. But, and
It's
that's
fair.
the thing, like, there's give and take. Like, Cam also wanted a mini fridge, and I was like, eh. And they're, like, starting, like, brand new, like, $30, $40 To me, that's a lot for like these small mini fridges. I'll go on Facebook Marketplace and I'm like,
I was
half of
about to
this
say,
shit's
girl,
been-
I looked at this deluxe one the other day that was like $80, and it was like it said it fit two 12 packs
Oh yeah.
plus like meats and shit like that. I mean, he's not gonna be putting meats in his
No.
room.
I mean,
Ew.
I got him a little one for like sodas and water. I got like a little one for
A
sodas
meaty
and water.
boys room.
But it was $8 on Facebook Market. Like,
Really?
Yes, this little one right here. Here, look, I'll show you guys.
Oh my god, that's so cheap.
It was $8.
I was about to say, is that a mini fridge that we're looking at right now?
Ta-da! And it's so cute. And
So it holds 2 sodies.
like literally, yeah, probably. Like
That's why it was so
was-
cheap.
but he doesn't need a huge one. And I'm like, you know what? Technical
She's like, let me
difficulties.
put it back.
I mean, it was on his list, and like I said, I know when he like sees all that shit under the tree, he's gonna be like, "Oh my god, you got it! You said you weren't gonna get it." He doesn't know, and he doesn't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even too. So like, I took Cam and Ben to Five and Below for Black Friday because they want to go Black Friday shopping, and we're like, I'm not rich, so but I want to give them the experience.
Yeah.
And them to be able to say, oh yeah, we went Black Friday shopping. So we went to Five and Below, and I was like, you each have $25 as your budget, right? Like, and as I'm telling him, I'm like, guys, these are stocking stuffers. Also, you know, use your budget maybe for somebody else you want to get something for. Like, think about like your other parents or like your grandparents or like girl that all went over their head.
I was about to say, they only shop
They
for
were
themselves.
they heard $25. They were gone like for 2 hours in Five and Below to the point where I was like, we have got to leave.
God damn, you're like, hurry up, boys.
They made those $25 stretch. But then, like, when we were, like, dropping off Ben, I was like, baby, like, I'm going to keep the things you picked out because I'm going to wrap them. And he was like, I'm sorry, what? Like, record scratch. He's like, I don't get to take this home. And I was like, no, like, you picked it out, but I'm going to have you still, like, you have more things to unwrap at Christmas. He was like, okay. But it's like those things, like, I don't have a lot, but I'm like, you guys, one, got the experience of Black Friday shopping because they did want to do that. And it didn't cost me a ton. And now I'm like, I have extra things for you to unwrap. You'll totally, I guarantee we did that shit a month ago.
I was about to say they'll forget.
They'll
By
forget.
the time Christmas comes. Yeah, and then you're like, oh no, I've done that with a couple books for Landon.
oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, when he's like, oh mom, can I get this one? And I get it at Target. If it's a certain like genre though, like Nate or like Dogman, he will not forget. He will hound me for that book from the store to the house, and he
I
will
love
instantly
that.
walk in and want to read the book. If it's something he's like, well, I've been interested in this one, I just haven't read that series yet. I've been like stacking them, so I have like 6 of the same like extended series, and I've just been like, all right, sounds good, buddy. And then I'll like swipe it behind his back. And I've been like, so he's got probably 6 to 7 books to unwrap. But for him, that's a shit ton. Like, he's like, oh my God, like, it's amazing. Like, this is everything I've ever wanted. That to me is super easy. And that's what I'm like. I still enjoy him being 9 and like in elementary school. Because middle school, I feel like they want so much different
I think
than,
so. And
than
that's like,
elementary school, and I'm like, bro, I can't afford that. Like,
well, and that's like my other kind of like piece of advice to single moms or single dads or parents that you're right. Like when they get to middle school, it's a whole new ball game, right? Because they see other kids with shit. And but everyone's gonna parent their own way. If you think that you want your daughter to have 8 Stanley Cups and just to keep up with the trend, that's your parenting. That's,
I worked in a middle school for 4.5 years, where every single girl I saw had a Stanley Cup,
that's
and
ridiculous.
I still do not own the Stanley Cup.
The one I have, I got for free. I won it at a work event. That's it.
I was like, I have a Yeti that my sister custom made for me 4 years ago with pictures of me and the kids on it, and I haven't had another
The
one
purple
since.
one?
Bitch, it's on the table. I brought it here with Coke
You
Zero
always
in
have
it.
that one. But it's a good
That's
sturdy
my
cup.
Yeti.
Like,
Yes.
it's a cup, you know, and it's like you have a choice.
It doesn't
how
have
do
to
you
be
raise-
name
brand.
brand.
You don't have to keep up with the Joneses.
Yes.
You have a choice.
It doesn't have to be name brand.
You know, don't feel the shame. Like I tell the boys all the time, like when we talk, like we go our favorite thrift store, St. Vincent de Paul, right by Chinatown, because they have like an actual jewelry counter there. And like the high money people of that church donate there. So I've brought like brand new Fossil watches there, like $10. $8. When we got the boy suitcases, it was like half off everything. And because they have like certain days where the sticker means like white sticker is closed and it's half off.
Oh, yeah.
Right. But then there's one day a week it's yellow, so everything in the store, including jewelry, is half off, and that's when I'm like, let's go. But I tell them,
We
I'm
gotta
like,
hit yellow day.
we got hit yellow day. But I'm like, do you guys think that people who truly understand the value of money and that it's fluid, it's not just like hard cash, like people who build wealth, they're not buying name brand shit.
No.
I'll ask them, do you think they're buying name brand stuff? And they're like, no. And I'm like, good. Because I also want them to kind of get those values up front where it's not like, oh, yeah. Like,
it's not an expected thing.
Yes.
Yeah. I was about to say, I saw this show yesterday, and he was like, oh, fuck. I forgot what we were talking about, but he said it wasn't expected. He was like, what did he say? He said, what I give out is what I can give at that point. And if you feel like you need more than that, like you feel like you need name brand or anything like that, then you're not understanding the true purpose of like being here and being a solid person.
Right.
Like you think that you can just be spoon fed everything that's name brand, and sometimes I can't give that to you.
Right. Oh yeah, and for me it's like I said, your kids will always remember the experience. Like even too, we talked about it in our summer episode when we went on vacation. Like we're taking the boys to New Mexico, but mind you, we booked that Airbnb months ago, so we got it ridiculously cheap. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
and
if you do it way in advance.
You do it way in advance, and
Yeah.
we picked a weekend where no one's really booking Airbnbs because they'll be the holidays with their families, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we got a deal, and everything we're doing in New Mexico is free because it's the state parks, or it's like $15 for like the car to get in and park there. Like we're doing things that don't cost us really anything, and the kids don't even know. They're just excited to go somewhere, possibly see snow, and like stay in a cabin.
Yeah,
Which
they're
is-
like, ah!
Yeah,
literally,
I'm cooking the whole time we're there. Like we're not spending any money. Like we are doing this.
But girl, that's
cheap.
just like to say, like, all growing up, my parents had 4 kids. And every time we went to the beach, we were like, oh my God, my parents have
Yeah.
saved up for this. And like, this is our, this is our vacation.
This is
and then
it.
half the time, like, we find out that, like, it's not really expensive. Like, they have family members that live there. Like, so
You guys are eating sandwiches the
but
whole way there and back, and the whole time
but
there.
we never saw anything wrong.
Yeah.
We were just like, okay, for this week we have sandwiches, or we have, it was
But we're
literally
at the
sandwiches,
beach, so
chips,
fuck
and
it.
water, or Capri Suns. But we're at the beach.
Right.
That's all we cared about.
That's all. That's what I'm saying.
So I'm like, kids don't care about like the humongous expensive factor. They're like, what are we doing? Where are we going? And if you can provide that,
even if
you're
it's
doing
just,
great.
like mamas who are even on a stricter budget, right? Because like I understand, like I talk about, oh well, like I'm cooking the whole time and we're going to state parks and it's $15, but $15 to someone could be make or break. And I've been there as a single mom. When I was a teen mom and he was little, the only way I ever did Christmas was I worked a second job for 6 years at Spirit Halloween, and those checks were post-dated for not post-dated, but like they were like cashable within 90 days.
Mhm.
Right? Like you had 90 days to cash it or it was voided. So from late September, all the way through November 1st, that's when, and then like a week or so after for teardown, I would work my ass off a second job in between school and my primary job. And I would close the store. I didn't spend for 6 years a Halloween with Camden. Like my mom would bring him by the store. He would say hi. I'd see him in his costume and take a picture with him. I would close down the store because I was a manager there. But I was like, it's okay because he's going to have the memories of me there at Christmas, able to provide Christmas. So I get it. I've been in that spot before where like I was doing everything possible to give my kid Christmas, and $15, like to even get in a state park was like too much. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, you're like, oh hell, well, 15 days back in the day is too much, especially when you're making $7 an hour.
Right, and that's what
You're
I
like,
was
fuck,
making.
$15 per person. That's gonna cost me a whole day of working.
Right,
Like, and you just can't
and then I gotta
factor that with all your
food.
other bills, food, cell phone, car insurance, like the kids, anything they need for school. Like, you can't factor that
Oh,
shit in
yeah.
there with that.
And I never, like, I guess for me, like, I never reached out. That's why we say reach out. I should have. I could have been like, I'll go to Brown Santa, or I'll go to the church, or like there's places and programs that'll help. But I had too much pride almost to be like, no, like I will just work myself to the bone. And like,
I feel like you only had too much pride because your mom had no pride in saying, I need help, help me, I'm poor, like I need this, I need
right.
that. You don't want to be that way because you saw your mom do that, and I feel like it's like a not turmoil, but like a past PTSD thing
It's
that
like
you're
a
like,
trauma
ah,
response.
yeah,
I
you're like,
won't ask for
ah, I
help.
don't want to do it. Yeah.
No, I won't. I'm like,
No.
yeah, and only in like the last recent 2 years when everything has happened with Jed's dad that I've been like, okay, if I need help, like I gotta ask for it. It's never financial, but I do lean on the support I have from friends, family who are there for really my kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know I have to, and I always know that I can pay it forward in the universe or within our group another way. But like, even if you're at that point as a mom or a single mom, parent, dad, whatever, where like even that is too much, you can still make that holiday magic by doing something like free.
I
You
was
know
about
what
to
I
say
mean?
you could literally just wake up, put on a Christmas movie or a Christmas show, make some popcorn and some pancakes, and give the kids something from Dollar Tree, like two things from Dollar Tree each, as long as it'll keep them busy. So like whenever I was very, very going through it, um I mean, I did a couple of things at Dollar Tree for each of my kids, and as long as I knew it's something that they loved. So, like, I knew Harper loved babies, like baby
Yeah, she does
dolls,
love
and she loves
babies.
Play Doh. So, I got her a baby doll and I got her some Play Doh. And, like, Landon loves doing arts and crafts. So, we got, like, this canvas thing. Like, it does literally not have to be expensive.
Or you could just make traditions out of literally nothing. Like Camden to this day, he doesn't realize it. And one day, if he ever listens to this episode, he probably will. It makes me emotional. But when I was a teen mom and very poor, I could not afford birthday cakes. Like that was a luxury, right? Like even spending $20 on like a Walmart cake. Oh no. So I would make him birthday pancakes. And I would buy a box of pancakes. I'd buy a little bit of sprinkles, Nutella syrup, and I make them in the shape of Mickey Mouse because it's just like circle, circle, circle. And
Mm-hmm.
I put sprinkles or chocolate chips in them, and then I put Nutella in between because he loves Nutella. And then I put syrup. I put more sprinkles on top, whipped cream, and I put candles. And I'd wake him up and I'd be like, "Happy birthday!" Because I couldn't afford a cake. And to this day, he's like, "Birthday pancakes." Like he doesn't even know. He's 11 years old, and we are way better than we were when I was 19, and he was a baby. And I still make him, girl.
See, that's what matters.
That's what matters.
That's
That's
what
what
I'm
I'm saying.
saying. Like, my kids didn't think that anything was fucking wrong.
No.
I felt like my whole world was crashing. I couldn't afford
Like a
shit.
failure.
Yeah, I had
Girl,
just
that's
I had
how I
just gotten
felt before.
divorced. I had just gotten full custody of my kids. Like I was just like, oh my god, now all the bills are by myself on me with two kids, like everything. And so I was just like, oh my god, I'm freaking out. And my kids saw nothing wrong.
No.
They thought everything was perfectly fine. They were just like, okay, mom. So, mom, do you want to pay? Mom, do you want to see my new baby? And I'm like, oh, I literally spent $15 at the store, and it made
'Cause
their
that's all
whole
you could
fucking
do.
day. That's all. At that point, 3 years. That's all I could do.
Right.
3 years
and,
ago.
and that's like
That's
what's
all I could
crazy
do.
to me is like
4 years ago. My bad. 4 years ago.
you reflect on those moments where you probably in that moment because I know in those moments like when I'm like I can't I'm like what kind of person am I can't even afford a birthday cake for my son, and I know there's people who are like, well, buy a box cake. Okay, do you know how much fucking frosting is for a box cake?
$3.
It's expensive, so
Yeah.
that's why I would do. And now Nutella is expensive. Back in the day, Nutella wasn't a thing, so it was pretty fucking cheap.
I was about to
get a
say
little
now
thing.
when I buy Harper the little one, it's
It's like
$6.
$5, $6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Back
the
then,
for the 8 ounce, it's $6.
It-
I'm like, damn.
no one really knew what it was. It wasn't a thing back in like 2013, 14, so it was cheap as fuck. And a box of pancakes or even a bag of pancakes at HEB could cost you a couple
75
cents.
cents.
Yeah, 70. So I was
Yeah.
still like literally at the store with like, okay, I have $8 or I have $10, and just getting dollar sprinkles, 75-cent bag of pancakes, $2 Nutella, and I was the mom who was like on my phone like, okay, $3.75. Okay, plus tax. Okay,
Plus
I've-
tax is the .08.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
me too.
and I'm like, okay, I can afford a candle. Like that was me.
Yeah,
And
same.
and to this
I didn't
day,
give a shit.
I
I was like, you know what? Either way, I'm taking care of my kids. They still have literally, I pay still for the roof over their head, the lights, the water, like the food that they eat. I still literally pay for everything else. If I can't show up besides 3 little mini gifts for them for something, they're not gonna see that.
Right.
They know that I am taking, like, I asked my kids 2 nights ago, I was like, hey, what are y'all wishing for Christmas? Or what are you thankful for? What are you blessed with? And Harper's like, I have a roof over my head. We have running water that's hot, and I like hot showers. And literally, they're just naming off like everyday shit. And it's like, I like that we always have food in the house. And so anytime I want a snack, there's snacks. Like,
But those are real things. And see, I
that's
used
also some shit that people are struggle with because
Oh.
they don't have that.
Oh,
you know?
yeah,
And
and,
so
like-
I'm like, oh, the fact that my kids are thankful for that. There's other kids that you wish for that.
right. That's like some kids like just want a family,
Yeah.
for Christmas.
They're
Like they're
in
not.
foster care.
They're in foster care and stuff, and it's like they don't even have like somewhere, or they've aged out of foster care, and it's like, where do I go eat Christmas dinner? Like everyone's gone for college break. Like I had friends who like aged out of the foster care system, and I didn't realize like, oh my god, that's a real problem. Like our Thanksgiving was like anybody was welcome. A lot of my sister's friends were there. Same thing with Christmas. I'm like, Mija, text your friends and ask them, do they prefer to eat on this day or this day because of just circumstances of their parents live far, whatever the case, they can't
Yeah.
afford to travel home. And it's like, because that is in itself a gift, right?
It really
the
is
gift
to be able to like be surrounded by other people
and love.
and love. Yeah. And well, that's what I hate when people are like, oh, well, they're saying that we have to do a white elephant exchange, but I can't afford the $40 for the gift exchange. I'm like, then don't do
That's
it.
also, sorry, $40
Don't do
for a
it.
gift exchange for white.
That's
That's
a
fucking
lot.
ridiculous.
Yeah, but I'm also like, don't do it then. Don't stress yourself out just to feel like you're one of the crowd. I
Right,
have
keep up with the
gladly
Joneses.
showed up with nothing in hand and wanted nothing in return. I like
Right.
expected everything, nothing in return, just because I was the one struggling. That's not on anybody else to fix. You know
Well,
what I
not
mean?
only
Or like
that, but I feel like
feel better about.
True-
I don't know.
True, like if you're doing it within a friend group, like I
Yeah.
know work and stuff is different. Sometimes that gets really hard. I know whenever being in the
oh,
jobs
girl,
I was,
I've been with some rich
yeah, they're
members,
like it's
and
a
I'm like,
$50 minimum, and I'm like, motherfucker.
I ain't going then. I won't.
Well, when
show
you're
up.
in management, you kind of got to show face. So I'd have to be like, fuck, like I gotta,
Put it
account
on
for
my
that.
credit card,
Yep.
like, and you
Or
don't hardly have any room on your credit card, and you're like, fuck,
Or talk to
man.
like the phone bill and see if I can like push it out. Like I just
push
had
it
to
out
I had to
a
do-
week
yeah,
or two.
Exactly.
I was gonna say I've done that with my car note. I'm like, hey, can we push this like a week or so?
And it's like,
I'm like,
ridiculous.
it's Christmas time.
But like within a friend group, I feel like that should, like, I'll
Never
say
be
this.
an issue.
It should be an open conversation
Ever.
with true friends. Like
Yeah.
we're doing Christmas Eve at my house, and it's potluck style.
No, we're doing New Year's.
Oh, sorry, New Year's.
But
Eve,
it's
you're right.
it's our Christmas, our
Right, 'cause
New
we're-
Year's. It's everything all together with us and our kids.
Right.
But it's potluck 100%.
I'm like,
I hate when I see
potluck-
memes that are like, I hate potlucks. Bitch, what?
Well,
We
I can't
thrive off
afford-
that
yeah.
shit.
I'm like, who can do what? Let's all chip in. We're all gonna just chip in and see what we can get for fireworks. The kids don't need a ton of fireworks. I'm gonna put a movie on outside for free, okay? And then on top of that, like we were like, let's do a little like gift white elephant exchange. And I was the first to be like, I
Yeah,
can
but it's
afford
$20.
$20.
I was like, $20 is my max.
Right.
And they were all like, $20 is my max. I was like, that's why we're
And
all
if,
friends.
if someone was like, I can't do 20, I can
We
do
would
5, we'd be like,
conform.
okay, we will do
Our
5.
limit is 5 then.
Right.
Fuck it. Because and the thing is that we know if we can afford like a $20 gift, it's going to be kind of nice. But if we can only afford like $5 to $10, everybody's getting gag gift.
Right.
Like it's going to be some funny shit.
You know what
I'm
saw?
gonna buy like a fucking
No, bitch.
a
Listen to
fucking
this.
fart. What is those thing called? Like a whoopee
whoopee
cushion.
cushion? I
I'm buying
saw
shit
one
like that.
Where they did a $5 one, and this lady went to Sam's, and I was like, damn, I would have loved that. Or maybe Costco, because the rotisserie chickens are $4.99. If I got a rotisserie chicken, I would have been so fucking happy.
Oh, me too. I'm like, all right, nobody steal this
No
shit
one
from me.
steal
I swear
my
to
fucking
God.
rotisserie
If somebody
chicken.
wants my number,
I'm
I'm
eating
gonna
this
punch
tonight
you.
in bed.
I'd
It's
literally
like-
be like this while everybody else is choosing numbers. Like, you can't have this. I've already dipped in it. Like,
I've already,
oh,
but
bitch,
she like was like,
what?
it's warm. That's weird. And opened it was like, oh my god, it's a rotisserie chicken. And I fucking died. I was like, damn, that is genius.
Me. That's me. I'm literally looking at all the easy shit. I'm like, what can I put together? What
And-
can I
and-
throw together and
and
then
you-
just check right out? Like, and rotisserie chickens is right there, bitch. And they's right at the checkout.
And it was right in cost. It was $4.99. So she was in budget. I'm
Meh,
like,
meh, 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 meh.
yeah.
And I mean, you got a whole ass chicken.
and I think if someone in our friend group was like, I can't even do that. Like, I can just show up with my kids. That's fine too.
We would delete doing.
Yep.
I would delete doing white elephant altogether.
Right.
If we all could not agree on like a little
Price.
money standpoint, I would just be like, we're not fucking doing it then.
Yeah,
We're just
everyone
all
come over,
coming together.
eat.
We're all just gonna come eat. We're just gonna hang out. We're just gonna do whatever, but not that.
Right.
Like,
And that's what it's about is like our kids, are getting,
Sorry about
God.
that.
Our kids, was it the Alfredo I made?
I think so.
Yeah.
The chicken. I would think it was the
The
chicken. It was
chicken.
kind of seasony.
Really?
It was
I
good.
love
No, it was good.
Good?
No, it was good
Okay.
seasoning, but it's gonna.
I put a little lemon on it. And
Ah,
everything. Did you
it's
taste
the lemon. It's the lemon.
I was like, I'm gonna
Brittany's
make
belly's
some
like,
good chicken.
what's this? I don't eat lemon.
But like, it's the experience, right?
Literally.
Of the kids getting together. All they're gonna remember, hopefully, years down the road, is like, remember
I
that
hung out
one
with all
fucking
my
New Year's?
friends.
We all hung out and
We
we all
popped some
ate
fireworks and we were
popped-
watching a movie
Yeah.
outside. Literally, that's what they still talk about from Halloween. That was
Right.
2 months ago.
and that's all it was.
My kids literally were like, "Oh my god, mom, when we were at Miss Eddie's and we were outside watching the movie and we were eating popcorn." My kids didn't even talk about going trick or treating like at all.
The box
just
of
talked-
popcorn cost like $2 something.
Yeah, they
right?
just literally only talked about
Coraline
watching a
was
movie
for free on Netflix
with popcorn.
with popcorn.
That's all my
They
kids
had
talked
fun.
about. I
They
was
had
like, what?
dollar sodies or juice, like, and that's what I'm saying. And like even those things, like moms, like or dads that are single, get creative. Like costumes are expensive, which is why I also said, hey, if anyone wants to just come and show up, I'm not doing costumes. I'm gonna put on a spooky-ish movie, which ended up being Coraline. I'm gonna pop some cheap popcorn. I'm gonna have some pizzas that are cheap and some sodas. If you want to bring something,
Speaking
bring
of pizza,
something.
I hope Cayman took the pizza out of the oven.
Oh shit! Probably not.
I was gonna say it's almost time to finish this one. Now
I
too,
know.
but
So
I'm like,
we'll see. But what we're
we don't
trying
want
get
you
at
to
is
show up stressed. We want you to show up as yourself. Like
Come as you
just,
are.
Just come to be with us. Like we don't care what you can provide.
Right.
Like at all.
Come with
whatsoever.
the good vibes.
Yeah,
And that's really it.
that's it.
Come with the good vibes or don't come at all. If you got some shit.
I was
to
about to
work
say
on,
that's our only problem.
That's our
Is if
only
you come in
problem,
here
like-
being all like, we don't
Yeah,
like
I'm like,
that. We're like,
"Aw,
nah.
that we got enough, shit going on. We don't need
we
that.
have exes. We
this,
don't.
This
need
is a safe space. This is a safe space. So it's like you can come and vent,
Yeah.
please, but don't come and be a Debbie Down. I can't do that shit. I just can't do it.
I can't either.
Not on the holidays.
No.
Hell no. But yeah, I hope this helps, whoever is struggling, or maybe thinking like I'm not doing enough for my kids.
I'm not good enough.
I'm
My kids are gonna
failing.
resent me.
Yeah.
It's none of that.
They think about what you're doing, and sometimes those end up being the best memories. Birthday
for sure.
pancakes.
Birthday pancakes.
There you go. Till
Hell
next
yeah.
time, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.